Welcome to another installment of Comparative Reasoning. I'm your host, Sidra Owens. It seems to me that when it comes to most election cycles, especially this one, it's no longer a question of what candidate will help us the most. It's a question of what candidate will do the least amount of damage to the country. Obama took office and he started off strong with the Affordable Health Care Act. Then it kind of petered out after that. But instead of thinking about the things that he could have done, think about the things that didn't happen. We did not go into another Great Recession. There wasn't a depression. There hasn't been mass famine. There hasn't been runs on the bank like there used to be in the 20s. People aren't dying in the streets. Things flowed fairly normally, just like they did when Bush was president. People are going to work. People are making a little bit of change. People are spending a little bit of change. Life goes on. So what is important to people is that dynamic does not change. They go to work. They make their change. They spend their change. Life goes on. So your two candidates now are Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Gary Johnson is out there. Jill Stein is out there. Most likely, unfortunately, they're not going to win. So it comes down to these two extreme establishment corporatists. The one that happens to be Republican labeled, and one happens to be democratically labeled. And the question is, more so than the lesser of two evils, the question is, which one will do the least amount of damage to everyone's everyday life? And that is why, for the most part, Hillary will win, because she'll get into office and she won't do very much. It'll kind of be like when Obama was in office. She's not going to help us out any. If she harms us, it might not be but so much. She'll make us bigger bad guys overseas. She'll probably escalate the wars, make it a little bit more like Bush's administration. But she won't do too much heavy damage to people's day-to-day existence. And aside from the fact that it's probably rigged in her favor, 90% most likely anyway. But if Trump gets into office, there is no telling what's going to happen because he's such an idiot. He's got no policies. So who knows? He might wake up one day and have some sort of fucked up whim and do something that really fucks up everyone's day-to-day life. Or he'll just sit back and let Mike Pence run things, who is a conservative Bible-thumping freak, and he's going to end up having all the women in dresses in the kitchen and pregnant. And if we get abortions, we're going to go to jail because, we just line up for those damn abortions. You know how us women do.
I thought y'all liked being in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Barefoot, pregnant, subjugated. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's what it comes down to. Who is going to do the least amount of damage? That is why a lot of Democrats, especially the progressives like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, are backing Hillary. Because she's a corporatist, like Obama has revealed himself to be over the past 8 years, and she will do the least amount of damage. So if you can't get in there yourself and do the change that you want to do, you have to at least keep things the same and hopefully do incremental change in the meantime. So that's where it is. Bernie had great intentions. He's a politician. He tried hard. A lot of people disappointed with him. I'm not. Elizabeth Warren, she still got good intentions. I don't know if she's trying hard, but she's also a politician. When they're politicians, I don't expect but so much. But when it comes to damaging not human society, U.S. society as little as possible, I can understand why they are backing Hillary, because we'll get more of the same from her. Maybe a little bit different, but not enough for us to, have to board up the windows from the riots coming.